I'm running with it. Welcome to episode 2 of Cinephile Rehab.
Mm-hmm.
This is Dr. Phil, as Ryan has has started calling me.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay.
And this is Ryan.
Julia's mad because we're having technical difficulties.
Yeah, we've had all fucking day to prepare for this.
But anyway, it's going to be pretty much the same formula as last time. We got a bunch of topics. We're going to talk about them.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully we don't say anything racist.
Hopefully we'll know what order we talk these in by the time this starts. Because we're still having technical difficulties.
I hate you guys.
All right, what's the first topic?
Yeah,
what we got?
What's the first topic?
I'm
Julia?
not even ready to record. I got to get my iPad out.
Come on, Julia. We need a format for this pod. And you're kind of failing at it right now.
Boring.
I fucking hate you.
That's what everybody's thinking right now. Oh,
we got some activity
we
on the
have some
monitor.
live.
Oh, our badass intro.
There's the intro.
Yeah, that's us.
Yep.
Opinions are like assholes. Last week we did movie villains.
Mm-hmm.
Which I failed.
Now we're doing movie heroes. I sucked a lot of ass last week too. So
I think I'm going to suck this week. I think I'm starting to realize I'm an evil person because I had more villains for this list than I do heroes.
And you just now figured this out? Like I told you that. Well, fuck you.
Anywho,
who wants to kick it off?
we'll let ladies first since she got her shit together over there.
Shut up. Do you want to do men or women first?
Oh, she went the male and female
Flip a coin.
route. Yeah. Go with the
have
women.
you
Go with
don't
the
have any
women? Okay.
non-binaries on there? No?
In this political economy, you got to go with the women first, okay?
So I chose 6 women, and I don't feel like they're necessarily in any type of order because I feel like they are all phenomenal.
Okay.
But I'm going to start
Uh-huh.
with Frances McDormand as Marge Gunderson in Fargo.
That's a
There we go.
very, very
That's a great
good one.
That is a great pick.
Starting off strong. I like that. Damn.
I also chose Jodie Foster as Clarice Starling in Silence of the
There we go.
Lambs.
Hello, Clarice.
There we go.
One of my favorites, and I feel like this is a phenomenal movie, is Charlize Theron as Furiosa in Mad Max.
There we go.
Fury
Okay.
Road.
There we go.
Okay.
She was a badass.
You heard the
Sure.
backstory that her and Tom Hardy fucking hated each other.
Oh, really?
Damn, I haven't heard
That's
that
why
yet.
that's why the second film always kept getting, I think, rewritten.
I didn't know
because
that.
they couldn't make another story with Furiosa and Mad Max, which they're making a Furiosa movie.
Now that I'm excited to see.
And it's Anya Taylor-Joy playing a young Furiosa.
Oh,
I was going to feel salty
interesting.
for a minute. Okay. Well, she's a good actress, so
Yeah.
she might do some.
I think it'd be the first Mad Max without Mad Max.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Could we call it Mad Max at that point?
I think it's called Furiosa.
Oh shit.
It's George Miller, so it's still.
Yeah. He did go with Fury Road.
Yeah.
So he won like 75 Oscars. So
Anywho.
75?
it was like 8. Like, really.
Oh.
Yeah, it won like,
That's a big gap there.
Yeah.
75 or
There's only
8.
like how many categories are there?
dude, I had it slated to win everything that night, and I was on pace. And then he lost Best Picture and Director.
Shit.
Who did he lose to? You remember?
Shit.
Googling.
Googling. You know, Googling sounds like a sexual term. You know,
It does.
I'm gonna go home and Google myself.
Who did George Miller?
I've been Googling all weekend. You know? George Miller.
Oh, it was
Tell us about it.
Alejandro Gonzalez Inarritu.
That was,
For I think either Birdman or The Revenant.
oh,
it was that
I bet
year.
you it's The Revenant.
I think it may have been The Revenant. Anywho, proceed with your list.
So, what do you guys think about Linda Hamilton as Sarah Connor?
Sarah Connor.
In
There we
the
go.
Terminator
No.
movies. She
No.
was another woman badass.
Come with me if you want to live. Sarah Connor. No.
Oh, God.
Oh, shit. That's a good one.
And what about Michelle Yeoh and Everything Everywhere All at
Ooh,
Once?
Yeah.
a very
Again,
recent one.
another
Good
badass.
one. Good one. Good
Yeah.
one.
Very modern.
Who was your previous one?
Sarah Connor?
Linda Hamilton.
She was kind of a bitch in that first Terminator. She wasn't all badass till number 2.
Right. Well,
Well,
that was
regardless, she's a hero.
that's her arc.
She's a
bro.
female hero.
She was a little bitch in that first
You're a little bitch.
She was fighting an unstoppable robot.
The first, at the last 5 minutes of the movie, she let Michael Bean's character just bite the dust.
That was sad.
Kyle Reese.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then my last one, of course, and she cannot be left out, is Sigourney Weaver as Ellen Ripley in Alien.
Of course.
Again, another God damn it. Another badass.
Yeah, that's a good list. You kind of threw me in a loop with your first one.
Yeah.
Because I was like, damn, totally for that character totally went over my head.
She's an amazing
She's
actress.
an amazing actress, an amazing fucking character. All right, male characters.
No, you do your females.
No.
Fuck.
I didn't do
I didn't do females.
Like I just
Oh, I see how it is.
Well,
Is it a man's world?
a
The hell?
man's world?
You only
Is that a
did
movie?
men characters?
damn, I really did only do male characters.
Yeah, so
I didn't even
that's-
think about it. Like I wasn't
Really?
even Go ahead with the sausages, Julia.
Now, I don't know if you'll agree with me. However, Christopher Reeve's Superman is my ultimate hero.
That's a classic.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What are you going to say?
I was just going to say he's on my list.
Okay.
I think he's the only actor that's been able to actually capture Superman in a movie. Like,
Right.
You don't think
the
Henry
per-
Cavill did it?
Henry Cavill had the look
He did have
of
the look.
He has the look of
He is.
Superman.
Right.
But
He
Christopher
is.
Reeve brought that character the like personality of
I agree.
Superman.
Yeah.
Like because those first 2 Supermans are fucking bad.
They are amazing. I feel like every time you hear the Superman theme song, you could get nothing but like all hyped up.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And it's because of him.
Just ended up in a wheelchair. He lost the wheelchair match.
He fell
No, he fell off a horse.
Yeah, he
Well,
fell off like a
that's what I'm
horse, right?
God
He fell
damn,
off a
Ron, have
horse.
some sympathy for the man. God,
Freak accident.
I know it was a freak accident. Indeed.
We'll never have him on the podcast now.
Oh shit. All right.
And I'm sure everybody, I don't know if everybody will, you probably will. Harrison Ford is Indiana Jones.
Okay.
Like,
That's a
he,
great one.
again.
I do have a Harrison Ford character on my list, so
Oh.
it's not Indy.
It's not Indy.
No.
I also chose Alec Guinness as Obi-Wan Kenobi as a great
It's a
hero.
good one, especially
movie
for
hero.
people that know his like other work as an actor, because only a lot of people only associate him with
Star Wars.
Star Wars. But
Yeah.
he won Best Actor for The Bridge Over River Kwai, I think, back in the 50s.
Yeah.
And that was the first movie I'd ever seen with him. It was like one of those TCM late at night movies one night when I was a kid.
Nice.
Anyways,
I only have one more.
hit us.
Sean Connery as James Bond.
Okay.
Push it.
Fucking love Sean
Push it.
Connery.
Push it,
He could just talk to me all day.
Well, he can't anymore.
Well, shut up. But he could just talk to me all day. He had such sex appeal, and he was such a hero with sex appeal.
Can we not reach out to him and get him on the pod?
Yeah, we'll see what we can work
Oh,
out.
he's dead.
Let me break out the Ouija board.
Oops. Oops.
And I'm done.
Okay.
And I'm passing the torch.
That was a good list.
I told you I did my
impressed.
homework this time, so I didn't look like a gigantic idiot like I did last time.
Solid list.
I was impressed.
So number 1 for me is Heath Ledger's Joker.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that was not a hero. However,
I know. I'm
Okay.
just saying I'm an evil
Keep going.
person. Those
I
are
know.
my heroes.
Okay.
No, my number 1 hero is a character from the film Children of Men. And it's the main character. It's Clive Owen. Theo.
Yeah, I know because that's my number 1 as well.
Is that your
Really?
number 1?
Yeah.
That is my number 1 favorite hero in a movie.
Yep.
Because
Awesome.
he, if you watch the movie, he does nothing violent the whole movie to be the hero.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He uses what I think it's the most deadliest weapon of all. He uses hope the whole time to save the day. It's just such a believable character.
Mm-hmm. He never fires a gun, right?
No, he never fires a gun, or he never finishes a full fucking cigarette the whole movie. Every time he lights a cigarette, some shit happens.
Yeah.
He's definitively my favorite
Yeah.
hero. The rest of them are in no particular order, but I'd say you said it, Christopher Reeves as Superman, and I wouldn't put superheroes on this list because it's just not me.
Yes.
The chuckle leads up to something.
I guess you saying it made me kind of throw her up there. Is Frances McDormand.
Mm-hmm.
That character in Fargo is fucking great.
Yep.
Well, what this guy look like, anyway?
Oh, he's a little guy, kind of funny looking.
Uh-huh. In what way?
Oh, just in a general kind of way.
And yeah, I didn't really do my homework on that one. I just can't think of good, because a hero to me is like Theo in Children of Men, and it is hard to find characters that are
Right.
I guess I would throw probably Han Solo or Indiana Jones in there.
Right. I mean, those are the 2 like classic heroes.
Yeah, because he's not the hero like Luke. He's kind of the bad boy hero.
Right.
in Star
The unlikely
Wars.
hero.
The unlikely
Yeah,
hero.
exactly.
I actually have 2 unlikely heroes that we'll circle back around to.
Yeah, Sarah Connor would definitely be on my list.
Oh God.
Yeah, I guess I just stole some from you, Ellen Ripley. What can you say? Furiosa.
She's something.
Stop stealing the whole damn
All right.
list. Fool.
And we'll let Philip finish this one out.
All right.
Really?
So I already said my number 1 is Theo from Children of Men, and Ryan pretty much said all there is to say about it. I mean, it's great. If you haven't seen it, it's one of the best movies ever made.
Ever.
And it's,
It was made in 2006 too?
yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's a little
Way
older now, but
before its time.
yeah. It feels like it was made today.
Yes. Yes.
My number 2, and these aren't in any particular order, but my number 2 is Rambo,
Damn.
particularly from the first Blood movie.
There
Okay.
we go.
Because again, he's
His acting's really good in that
Yeah.
the first Blood.
Right.
Yeah. And I guess just thinking about it, you could also put Rocky there too. Yeah.
I thought about
Yeah.
Rocky.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. The underdog, the classic underdog,
I mean, the first time you watch Rocky,
Yeah.
it's like an adult Disney film
man.
almost. How you feel just good after it.
Yep. It's Disney for men.
Yeah, Disney for men. Yeah, you need a boost of testosterone.
Yeah.
Just watch fucking Rocky.
Yeah, men that eat nails for breakfast. And,
Yeah, without any milk.
All right. Number 3, I have Deckard from Blade Runner.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's my Harrison Ford
Damn
pick.
it. That's a good fucking pull right there.
Yep.
Damn. That's
Yeah,
a good
he's-
pull.
The whole like, is he a replicant? Is he not a replicant? You know, it's been
And I like how that second movie doesn't even fucking answer that
Right.
question
Right.
at all. Because they say his kid, spoiler alert.
You're supposed to say it before.
Oops. Spoiler alert on Blade Runner 2049. But wasn't his kid, she was the dream maker.
Yeah, something like that.
And then they say that she was like half human, half
Right,
replicant.
yeah.
So that would make him a human. But
yeah. Number 4, I got Django. From Django.
Good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good one.
In the words of Jamie Foxx, he kills all the white people in the movie. So.
I would also throw Christoph Waltz's character from
Yeah.
Django in there.
Yeah,
Because he's a great hero in that
Yeah.
movie.
he really is.
Just when you think he couldn't win a second fucking Oscar, he does it
Oh yeah,
off a Tarantino movie.
it's not going to be his last either. He's gonna.
No. He's one of those great actors that fell into the fold late, at least for us, because I think he had made his bones with like German films,
Right. Yeah.
but that was like his first like mainstream American film.
I think he comes from like theater, like stage plays, right?
I think so.
Like a lot of European actors have like theater
I
backgrounds.
think so. Leo was supposed to play that role.
Really? I didn't know that.
Interesting.
Hans Landa.
Hmm.
He couldn't do it.
Yeah, I
The
can't
rest is
see
history.
I can't see Leo doing a German very well. German accent.
You know, didn't he do an accent in Blood Diamond? I think that's
Yeah.
like one of the only movies I've ever seen him do like an accent.
And it's seen as like one of the worst accents ever in the movie.
Oh shit. We had Leo on the podcast last week.
Oh no, not again. No, not again. We're not
He's a
doing
lot
that
of fun.
again.
He's
A lot of fun. A lot of fun.
a great guy.
Give him a follow.
Great guy.
Give him a follow.
All right. And my last hero can be considered an anti-hero of sorts, and it's Travis Bickle from Taxi Driver.
Ooh.
Okay.
He
Starts off as a hero. Well, he
Yeah.
does finish
Is
off
he,
as a hero.
is he an
Yeah.
anti-hero or an unlikely hero?
well, anti-hero is kind of like a gray term where like, yeah, they can.
Like I thought they were an anti-hero is like they're a villain and then they
Well,
turn into
he's a
hero.
mass murderer if Jodie Foster's not up in that bedroom.
they do good things in a bad way.
Yeah.
Like he killed everyone at like a pedophile sex ring
Yeah.
by brutally shooting them in the face.
That one motherfucker that he shoots like
Yeah.
3 times, blows his hand off,
Yeah.
and that dude just follows him all the way
Right.
upstairs. It's like, fucking die. He blew his hand off with that fucking hand cannon. And that dude's screams are fucking like,
Yep.
oh,
Yep.
oh.
Yep. Yep.
Y'all know the story that Scorsese he stayed up all night with a loaded handgun trying to get the final edit done because they were going to rate it X.
Yep.
Here comes the cat. I'm so sorry.
If everybody's
Meowing.
wanting to know what that sex noise is in the back,
Like she's
that is
in
a
heat.
cat
What in the
moaning. We film pornos in the back rooms
With cats.
with
With
cats.
No, shut up.
That's-
Don't get her started. That's Biddy.
to the FBI, that's a joke.
Yeah.
That is 100% false.
To our personal FBI agents.
So I would be more scared of PETA than I would be of the FBI in that instance.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's a great list.
Oh,
Those are
thank you.
both solid lists.
Yeah.
I think I was able to kind of slack off this week because I came prepared last week.
Shut
Whack
up.
off.
All right, we are back with the next segment. It is movies, or in Julia's case, movie scenes that will fuck you up.
Always breaking the rules.
It's what I like. It's what I like. Y'all want me to start this off?
Yep.
So number 1, and I want to pull up some shit about this one because so back in the day, there used to be a TV show on Bravo called the Top 100 Scariest Movie Moments. And they have it on YouTube. And like, they have it like in 30, 40-minute segments. But you can watch the whole show. And they ask a bunch of actors and directors about these movies and stuff. And this movie, Rob Zombie said, was one of the movies that fucked him up the most. And I was like, well, if it's going to fuck Rob Zombie
Right?
up, I'm intrigued. And this movie is called Audition from 1999. I believe it is a Korean film. And those motherfuckers know how to make some movies.
Mhm.
Audition is a widower takes an offer to screen girls at a special audition arranged for him by a friend to find him a new wife. The one he fancies is not who she appears to be after all. And let me tell you,
I am scared.
Fucking bitch. Holy shit. The last 20 minutes. That's all I'm going to say. It invoked a lot of people to get up and walk out at the Cannes
Oh my
Film
God.
Festival when it premiered.
Oh God, I don't know if I can handle that.
It's so good though. It's so good. And I watched it way too young.
Oh,
Number 2 is another Korean film, The Wailing. And I think it's a fairly recent film. It came out in 2016. Definitely, just that movie stuck with me. Number 3, another Korean film, and me and Philip had the pleasure of being able to see this on the big screen.
Mm-hmm.
Is Old Boy from 2003.
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like if it silences you, then it's intense.
Mhm.
That's another one I watched when I was a kid, but I didn't really keep up with the dialogue as much. But I knew all the fucked up shit that happened in it, but I didn't really know the story to it.
Right.
So whenever we went and saw it in the
Yeah.
theaters,
Yeah.
golly, that fucking movie just
Restored in 4K. Apparently.
fucks you up. Yeah, restored in 4K. Number 4, A Clockwork Orange.
Mhm.
And I'd say this is where it falls into yours with the movie scenes, but it has the infamous scene to the song Singing in the Rain.
I remember.
I'm singing in the rain.
I remember.
His little dopey friends in the rain. Trying to sing with them.
Eggy wigs.
I feel like it doesn't fuck you up as much on like the second or third go around with it because you know it's
Yeah.
a movie. But that first time you watch A Clockwork Orange, fuck.
When did that come out? The 60s?
1971, I want to say 72.
Dude, I bet people died in the theater watching it.
I feel like that movie's still banned in England.
Yeah,
Wow.
because they were like copycat killers and shit, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You think that invokes that kind of reaction from your crowd.
Right.
And number 5, I mentioned him earlier. I know the movie isn't good, but goddamn, there's some good shit to the movie, and it's The Devil's Rejects.
Mm-hmm.
I love
Yeah.
that movie.
That movie will fuck
It
you
does fuck
up.
you up.
Yeah.
And by the way, I think that movie has one of the best intros to a fucking horror movie
Yeah.
ever. To the Allman Brothers Midnight Rider.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
God. Yeah, that's probably Rob Zombie's masterpiece.
I
I
agree.
think so. I actually really like that movie.
It's a really,
it's a great
I think
movie.
it's a good, like from my standards, that's a really good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. From the critical kind of minds, they didn't like it as much, but
Fuck those guys.
fuck them.
Fuck the critics.
Fuck them.
Mhm.
And then Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original.
Right. I mean, it's
I still have trouble with that movie like now
right.
because it's like, fuck, man.
Isn't it based on a true story or a loosely true
It's
story?
based
Or
off Ed Gein.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ed Gein.
yeah, that's
He was in like Wisconsin or Oklahoma or like Midwest, right?
I think
Like-
it's Wisconsin. Yeah.
Like,
a lot of our serial killers have been
Right.
portrayed after him, or have some kind of like Leatherface, because he wore
Tendencies,
he wore the faces.
Yeah.
You could say
Yeah.
the same thing for Buffalo Bill in Silence of the Lambs,
Yeah.
wearing the skins.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he had moments of Ted Bundy, like wearing the cast
Yeah.
and luring women in like that with a cast so they feel bad for you. Apparently that's some shit that Ted Bundy did.
Well, Ted Bundy was like
Psycho.
he was like a ladies' man though. He was
Yeah.
like a handsome dude.
He was
Oh, yeah.
hot.
Who was
I asked my-
incredibly psycho.
I asked my mom if she would have gotten in the car with Ted Bundy. She was like, absolutely. Oh shit. But yeah, that's my list of I mean, of course, I'd probably throw like Hereditary in there. I'm just thinking of it because my family didn't forgive me for that movie for about 2 years. when I suggested that for our family theater trip.
Nice. I'm excited for Emmy to see that movie. Look.
When are you gonna show her?
Look.
How old is she right
just
now?
watched The Exorcist and the crucifix scene,
Yeah, fuck me.
which also fucks you up because I don't know. I remember seeing that for the first time and I just stared at the screen, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
couldn't look away either.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
awful.
One of the greatest. One of the greatest.
Philip, what's on your list?
My turn. Let's see.
Movies that'll fuck you up. Movies or movie scenes that will fuck you up.
I don't have a list, but I'll just swing it. So I mentioned it a little bit last week or last podcast. But I Saw the Devil.
Oh,
You know, it's
Yeah, that one was.
Yeah, I should have put that on there.
it's body horror. It's scenes that'll make you cringe and like grit your teeth.
Yeah,
And,
when
know,
you start feeling bad for the villain in the movie,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
you know that shit's graphic.
and it's like creative violence too. It's not.
yeah, it's very.
It's not just somebody getting stabbed or shot or whatever.
Yeah, it's very theatrical.
yeah, and it's like up close and personal too.
Yeah. It definitely. Oh God.
So
Damn
I feel like this topic can also be like psychological
Yeah.
fuck you up
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Not just blood and gore, but like
Oh yeah.
psychological
Yeah.
shit.
I'd
too.
say the ending of Seven could be a good psychological
Yeah.
blow.
Fuck you up.
Yeah.
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 Agreed.
Yeah. Another good one is Come and See, the war film, the Russian war film.
That's a
I have
great
not
pick.
watched it.
It's a
very
great
good.
pick.
It's ultra bleak and just depressing, and
Mhm.
there's not a whole lot of like blood and gore, but it's just the mood of the movie. Just like you're tired by the time that
Yeah.
movie's over.
It's
But
It
probably
was a psychological
yeah,
thriller.
yeah,
it's probably the only thing that is able to capture the true horror
mhm,
psychologically
yeah.
of war.
And my favorite part of the film is, I won't spoil anything, but you watch this horrible, fucked up film, and then at the end, they decide to show you actual footage from the Holocaust.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sort of the director saying, like, if you think my movie's fucked up, the real story is even worse.
Yeah.
Because it's a World War II movie, for those who don't
Yeah.
know. So,
From the Russian
yeah,
perspective.
Russian perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I have to say, I think it might be my favorite war movie.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
After I saw, I think you did watch that.
Did I? Was he here? I mean, not here. No. Was it at the apartment?
Yeah.
Okay.
We watched it.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe you were in another room. I'm not sure. Damn.
But if you haven't seen it, it's really
Yeah.
I might watch it just to watch it
that's a
because I
great-
don't remember.
It's a great pick for this list because
Yeah.
I went to horror.
all right.
Mine. I didn't really think about movies like
Yeah.
that.
And let's see, everything else that's been mentioned so far would be on my list too. Like, let's see if I can think of one more. Willy Wonka and the he's just straight
Really?
murdering kids,
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
They are alive, y'all. They are
Where's the
alive at
proof?
the end because they all walk out at the end.
In the second one, not in the first one.
Well,
Yeah.
you know that they walked
The
out
second
at the
one
end.
doesn't exist.
Yeah. That
One only went down a trash chute. Come on.
That led to an incinerator.
But the
Yeah.
incinerator wasn't on that day.
and then one of the girls fucking blew up into a blueberry.
They squeezed the juice out of her.
We didn't see it.
Not in the first one. No.
We didn't see it.
No.
Look,
They really went the route of trying to make him a hit. That was on that list of that movie, that top 100 scariest
You know what?
movie moments.
I was joking at first,
Is
but
Willy
yeah, that's an
Wonka?
actual pick of mine. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
The scene that is the scariest, they said, was when he's in the tunnel and he's
Yeah.
having that fucking
Oh yeah, that mental
mental breakdown that only Gene
Dude, if
Wilder
with all,
could.
with like the eyeballs and the worms.
Yeah,
and
dude.
the,
If you watch that and you're 8 years old, dude, that'll definitely fuck
Fuck
you
you
up.
up.
Turns straight horror.
Yeah, I was joking at first, but like seriously,
Did we talk about his bullshit fucking grandfather last week?
yeah, a little bit.
I think we did.
Yes.
Okay. Proceed.
Yes, because he in if you
Just
think
make-
about it,
just
he's
making
a
sure
villain.
we touched on that. He is a villain.
Yeah.
Fucking
Laying in bed for
Grandpa
70 years,
Joe?
and then
yeah.
something cool happens, and he
I
jumps
know,
right up.
jumps up
Yeah,
to get him
sees
some
that-
candy,
Sees that golden ticket. He's like, oh,
Yeah,
and does a whole singing song and dance.
yeah. Dementia my ass. Starts tapping his
Yeah,
shoes. Anyways,
yeah, I think that's all I got.
You guys have left one out,
All right.
and I'm so
we're going to Julia.
Boring.
fuck you. So you guys have left one out, and I'm so disappointed. I
Oh.
thought for sure this movie
Oh.
would be on y'all's list.
Hit us with it.
Hit me.
American History X,
Yeah,
specifically the curb scene.
yeah, that's a good.
I don't
pick.
think I have ever cringed so hard in my entire life as with that scene of that movie.
I feel
That's a
like
good
that's
pick.
what brought curb stomping into fruition. Is that fucking
Golly.
movie? Bite the fucking curb.
Ugh, I
Oh.
will never forget that, like
Yeah.
ever in that
That and
moment.
him getting fucking raped.
Yes, that's even worse.
Can't say the R word. Excuse
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
He gets
Sodomized. Is that the best word to put
I
it?
don't know.
But yes.
Things are a little touchy.
He gets
nowadays.
his fudge packed. Dude.
He gets his fudge packed
Yeah,
by
dude.
them Nazis.
That movie fucked me up.
That's a great pick, actually.
Yeah.
I,
that's a
I
great-
am
that's a-
so
even-
surprised.
Even the ending.
Yeah.
Spoilers alert.
Whew.
Yeah.
So for psychological thriller, Mystic River fucked me up pretty good too.
Oh, good
Especially-
fucking pick.
Sean Penn's scene.
Yes.
It
Good fucking pick.
man, movies that have to deal with kids like
Yeah.
that, it really kills me
Yeah,
inside.
but I think without those performances, that movie is not
Agreed.
anything. Even with Tim Robbins. And
Yeah.
him and Tim Robbins both won the Oscars that year.
Well deserved.
Well deserved.
Yes.
Well deserved.
So yeah, that movie. Phew.
When you got to tell Clint Eastwood, hey, I need an oxygen tank on standby
Wow, did they?
for his scene where he is, it's my
Yeah.
daughter in there.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh, that just gives me chills
It's
just,
a great,
just thinking about that.
it's a
scene.
great, and even Kevin Bacon, like Kevin Bacon's acting in that movie, so like, it's so great because it's nonchalant.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't even tell Sean Penn's character that it is his daughter. Spoiler alert. All he does is just give him that look. And that's all Sean Penn needed because they're childhood friends, you know? They know each other. That's a good fucking pick. I'm proud of you. Proud of you.
So I think we talked about the movie Monster with Charlize Theron last week.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically
Shit.
the scene where she was can I say raped? In the car.
Let us know, people. Are women allowed to say rape, or is it just men that are left out of the loop?
That scene, because it's a true story, as a woman, I was scared. Like,
yeah, it's
because unfortunately that could happen. Like
it's true.
it was, should I spoil it? No, I'm not gonna spoil
I'd
it.
fucking spoil it. Spoiler alert.
It was like with a bat and a crowbar.
Is that where she kills them with a?
Yes.
the-
That's
yeah.
kind of where it all started.
I mean, that is.
And let me tell you, Charlize Theron's performance in that, I don't even know how she made it through it because I would have died inside.
Another well-deserved Oscar.
Yeah, that was, and it's a
She-
true story, so it even freaks me out more.
She, and for people that have ever seen Eileen Wuornos, she encapsulated that woman.
She did.
Yeah.
It was impressive. It was
That's a movie
impressive.
I've only been able to watch once.
One and done. That Me Too.
that
one and
and
done.
Boys Don't Cry.
Oh, that movie was one and done too. Woo.
That is a one and
Mhm.
done.
That movie's tough to watch.
That's a tough one.
That's ooh.
Tough.
especially considering, again, that's a true story. So
Yeah.
that's real life.
I think that's what makes it even worse is
Yeah.
when you put true story in front of it and then it's just fucked up beyond you can even comprehend.
Oh,
Just sits wrong in your stomach.
it's awful. So of course, Mother
Oh,
is another one.
your fucking list is killing it over here.
Man,
Good
I will
pick.
never forget watching that movie either.
My mom and my aunt apparently watched that together a few weeks ago.
Golly, bless
And
them.
my mama was like, what the fuck?
It's a one and done too, in my opinion.
Because my mom is a very religious woman. And I told her, I was like, yeah, I think this movie really gives the clearest depiction of what Christianity is like in our world.
Right.
And she was like, oh,
I'm
really?
I'm sure.
Had her going into it thinking it's a Christian film.
I'm sure you did. Oh my God.
Oh, shit. Spoiler alert.
It was.
Well, have you seen it? I don't want to spoil it.
No.
You haven't seen Mother?
I can't spoil
No,
it.
I haven't.
Dear God.
It's from Aronofsky.
Oh, yeah.
You have to watch that movie.
It is.
And it will, you'll talk about it on a podcast because you're going to be like, remember when you told me to watch this movie and
Okay.
it fucked me up?
Brings me
Thanks.
to another one of his films that could be on this list, Requiem for a Dream.
Agreed.
Mhm.
Oh,
Movies that'll fuck you up.
Ass to ass.
Ass to ass.
So I put an obvious one on here was Midsommar. Like some of those scenes in that movie got me. I have watched it one time. However, they're just
That's a tough
some
fucking
of it
movie.
is just
Yep.
insane.
That's one I saw 3 times in theaters. Once for my own sake, and then twice just to see other people's reactions. Because I think that's one of the first movies where the mainstream public really got to teeter the line with
Agreed.
an X-rated type film.
Yeah.
And
I
it
agree
be
with you.
released in a fucking mass way.
Right.
Because people were taking their kids to go see that movie thinking,
I don't know
What
why.
the fuck?
thinking it was going to be a fucking Halloween spin-off movie or some shit.
That's one of the movies that Emmy can watch when she's over 16.
Yeah, that's
Do parents not look up ratings before they take their kids to movies? Like reviews, nothing. Like
I know my dad didn't.
You had a cool dad. That's why.
Well, he would have a very disappointed look on his face if we did go see something fucked up. I remember, so it could be on here. First time you watch it, it's fucking hard to watch that The Hills Have Eyes, the remake.
So fun fact, I cannot watch that movie. I watched a few moments of it and I had to turn it off and I've never watched it since.
Of the remake.
Of any of the Hills Have Eyes.
Well, because I mean,
Any
the
of it.
original one's even worse because it's like it's
Ugh.
almost like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's
Ugh.
shot in
I
that
can't- I
gritty
can't.
way.
I can't. It literally just saying that.
You could put 2
Yes,
Wes
yeah.
Craven movies on this list. That and The Last House on the Left.
I liked that one though,
That
but
movie-
it was fucked up. But I liked
Did
it.
you watch the remake or the original?
I watched. I don't know. What?
The remake had the dude that fucks Patrick Swayze over in Ghost,
Oh no, I didn't watch that one. I watched the other.
and it
one.
had Aaron Paul in it.
I didn't watch that one.
Really? So you watched
Uh-uh.
the old one?
I watched the old one because
The
I
old
haven't
one
seen
shot
that
on a little tiny camera, and it's all gritty.
Ooh.
It's just the subject matter of some shit like that just gets to me.
Have you guys watched Men?
Yep.
I haven't seen it.
Yep.
It's the last 30 minutes of Men. I will never forget that either. And you know what I'm talking about. That's why you're laughing. I stared at the screen and I didn't know what to do.
I
And you
knew.
can't look away.
I knew because I remember telling you to watch that movie.
Yes, you did.
I remember telling you to watch it.
And I did.
I went and saw that in a theater, and there was 2 other people in the theater. And I
Did they
said,
walk out?
so it was a woman sat in the row in front of me, and she kept leaning up like forward because the body horror in it was getting to her, and she'd have to stretch out the limb that was getting fucked up in
Yeah.
the movie, and she would she'd spread her fingers when a hand's getting fucked up.
Oh man. I have to give a shout out to my friend at work, Heaven. She reminded me of, because we were talking about the podcast this week, and she asked me what the topics were, and she was like, have you watched Men? And I was like, oh my God, yes, I have. And I forgot. And I probably just blocked it out.
Nice.
But yeah,
That's
she's the one who
another
reminded me of it.
That's a good one. It's a good pull.
And I have one more. And I think for me, this is more of a psychological thriller, though, is Manchester by the Sea with Casey Affleck.
God damn it.
Dear God. Have you watched that, Philip?
I
Manchester by
haven't,
the
but
Sea. Watch
heard
it.
of it, but
That movie drains you
It does.
fucking dry.
You will go to
of
sleep
emotion.
afterward
Yes.
because you are just dead.
right.
That's why he won his best actor
Yeah.
Oscar for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, God damn. When you start finding out more of his life, that's when that movie
Fucks you up more.
starts fucking you up, and you're like, God damn. And you don't take it as a movie that's going to fuck you up either.
Yeah, it looks all pleasant.
Yeah, like
Right.
I
And
remember
then-
seeing the trailers, and I thought it was just going to be like, because the trailers show you like he loses his older brother.
Yeah.
He's like in his mid 40s, and he has to go back to his hometown and take care of his brother's teenage son, so his nephew.
Hmm.
And it looked like it was going to be like this buddy type of
Like some drama.
uncle drama.
Yeah.
And God
Nope.
damn, fuck.
It is.
But it was great.
Wow. It was a great movie.
Great performance by him and Michelle Williams.
Agreed. Yeah, they were both
They
phenomenal.
need to give that woman her fucking Oscar.
Write it on your list of movies to watch. Philip.
I will.
Our next segment is horror movies. I don't know if this means it's our favorite horror movies, our best horror movies, or just horror movies in general.
That's prostitute
Boring.
movies.
You are such a liar.
That's prostitute movies, by the way.
No, I didn't say horror movies.
Horror?
Horror movies.
Oh, well, I need to change my
Yeah.
list
Got
then.
nothing but pornos on this list over here. Scratch off Deep Throat. Starring Linda Lovelace.
I was about to say, did you add Linda Lovelace, that movie?
Proceed, Julia.
Yeah, hit us with your list.
So if you know me,
Mhm.
then you know I am scared of one specific horror character.
Clowns.
Horror character. And it's not clowns. Now, I am deathly scared of clowns, in which, my daughter decided to be the scariest clown for Halloween.
Demons.
No. And that would be Pinhead.
Pinhead.
Of the Hellraiser.
Mm.
I am scared of Pinhead.
Hey, that's a that first Hellraiser could fall into the movies that'll fuck you up if you're not acquainted with body horror.
It is the scariest thing I have ever seen.
Jesus wept. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh God, that movie.
Hellraiser, I think holds up to this day still.
God,
I agree.
it does. Didn't they remake it or try to remake
They
it?
tried to remake it. And,
Did they do it and it was hot garbage and I don't remember? Or
yeah, I think it was a Hulu movie.
Okay. Oh, it
Jesus
was.
Christ.
I did watch
As
it.
a female, as Pinhead.
Oh no, I didn't watch it. No.
Fuck are you
no
doing
thanks.
out there, people?
I know.
Just let
Leave
things
shit
be.
alone.
Just let things be.
I don't know.
Like,
Pinhead.
you got to be losing money on that shit. Like-
Agreed.
Like,
I actually met the guy that played Pinhead when I was a kid. And my aunt, she asked him if he could lean into her and say, "I will tear your soul apart." He did that shit. It was pretty cool. Shout out to that dude if you're still alive.
I would have
That dude.
peed my pants in fear.
What's next? It's a good one.
I also am scared of Candyman, the original Candyman.
Right. I know why
Again.
you were so scared of him too.
Oh, shut up. It is petrifying to me. The whole story is petrifying to me. Shut up, Ryan. Comedy horror. I did
Ooh.
Shaun of the Dead.
Oh,
Because that is a
okay,
classic.
okay.
that is a classic. That's one of those endlessly you can watch type of movies. It's just so much fun.
Right.
I love that movie.
It's a really good movie.
Train to Busan
Ooh,
Okay.
was
That's a good one.
scary as
That's a
hell
good one.
too.
it's another shout out to those Koreans.
Koreans, yeah,
Fast
they
zombies. Mhm.
Yeah, that movie-
super fast fucking
Yeah.
zombies. That's probably one of the better zombie films
Oh yeah, it's one of my
of
favorites.
recent memory
What about
of the last 20 years. I would say,
Yeah.
that's probably the best
zombie movie?
zombie movie.
Yeah.
It was
Because
really good.
what is there? No, actually, I don't know. Because you got 28 days later.
Literally, the next one I was going to say
You
was
were gonna say
28 days
28
later.
days
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
I think 28 days later is a big game changer
Right.
for horror movies. You know, like what you can do. Like, because we found out in school that they used the like entire budget of the film to be able to shut down that little piece of
Yeah.
London.
Yeah.
Because that's
Wow.
like the Times Square of London.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's like shutting down New York Times Square
Right.
Wow.
and
Yeah.
sending somebody walking down it. And
Yeah.
so they had to spend a lot of their, and that's why that movie is shot on like old VHS camcorders from the 1990s.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's got that gritty look, but they still put effort into it.
Right.
And that is one of the best fucking horror movies. Not on my list. Wow.
See?
Didn't think about that one.
Did my homework.
You did good. Is that your conclude
so
your list?
Another one is The Thing, the original The Thing.
Oh, really?
Is
Yeah.
petrifying as well.
Is that so?
It is petrifying.
It's a
I don't
good
care what
one.
anybody says. That
It's a
movie
good
is
one.
scary.
It's a good one.
And then to round off my list,
Mm.
as we've already talked about, is Hereditary.
Mm-hmm.
I think undeniably one of the best horror movies of the last 10 years.
I hate it. It's the scare. I can't. I don't even have words for it.
Yeah.
I've watched it once, and I will never watch it again.
It was definitely one of those that elevated horror to a different level that you could take.
Yeah, I agree. It's like cosmic horror, you know?
Yeah.
Like you don't actually know what the thing is, you know, and that makes
Yeah.
it scarier. You
It's
know?
kind of like the Thing back in the day, you know,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
because you didn't know what it was the
Yeah.
whole time.
Yeah.
Now there are two horror movies I will never watch, and that is Hostel and The Purge.
Yeah. The
Or-
Purge.
Those are two scary movies I'll
You
never
never
watch.
You
No,
never watched the first
Purge.
Hostel?
I will never watch that movie in my life
Why will you not watch The Purge?
because it. So
it's
I
not
have,
even a horror movie.
well, isn't it? I thought it was like super scary.
No. It's just violent.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's kind of horror-ish. If it's violent,
Yeah,
is there a
it's-
lot of blood and guts? I don't know.
Kind of
Well-
like, I mean, not over the top really. but-
Oh, I won't watch those two because I have a big problem with movies that are like real life. Like
Yeah.
could happen to me in real life. It really freaks me out.
Yeah.
And the Hostel, no thanks.
Nah.
No thanks.
I'm not into like those body horror type horrors like
Yeah, that-
Saw and
that-
Hostel and
Hostel really tried its hardest to be that kind of bring that North Korean type of body
Right.
horror into the
South Korean.
Did I say North Korean? Oops. You don't let them do it at anything at all.
You gotta
Please
get
don't come to my
bombed.
house.
South Korea.
Please don't bomb my house.
South Korea.
Shout out to Kim Jong.
Yeah.
Please.
Let's get him on the pod.
Oh God.
Oh, fuck.
That concludes my list.
That's a good list.
Like I left out a lot of the obvious ones, like so.
I've got a lot of obvious ones, I think.
Okay. That's okay.
For Ryan's list, my number one, I don't care what anybody fucking says, it's The Exorcist.
Agreed. I knew that would be on your list, so
Of
I left
course,
it on
that's a
mine.
given.
It'll stand the test of time. My number two favorite, this is in a specific order.
Okay.
I did two because it's from the same director, The Thing and Halloween.
Mhm.
Okay.
I think The Thing changed horror movies in like a special effects kind of way.
I agree.
And Halloween showed that you can show not an ounce of blood
Right.
and you can still make one of the greatest horror movies ever.
Right. Mhm.
If you could erase all of those shit ass fucking sequels and really take Halloween for what it gives you, that's one of the greatest horror movies.
Right.
What do you
of all
think
time.
about Rob Zombie's Halloween? Because it was different.
I like the first one.
I did
I liked
too.
the first one. I liked the way they went with the story,
I did too.
showing more of the parents.
Yeah.
I think I've told y'all before, if I was to ever do a Halloween movie, I would do it from the parents' perspective.
It's definitely the one movie he's made that doesn't feel like a Rob Zombie movie.
Yeah.
To me.
Agreed.
Like,
That one's pretty fucking hardcore to watch.
It is.
yeah.
It's got some hard parts to get through.
Well, I also like that it went through Michael's perspective as
Yeah.
a child
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
why he did the things that he did.
He's fucking lugging that kid out in the woods with that fucking tree
Mhm.
branch. God damn. Number 3, Rosemary's Baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That movie, something about that fucking movie. Roman Polanski knew what the fuck he was doing.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did everything. We should try to get him on the pod.
I wonder if he'll ever come back from Romania or wherever the fuck he is.
Fuck no, we'll be waiting on him. U.S. Customs. Just because that movie's on my list, I just want to let everybody know I don't condone any of these people's behaviors in their personal
We're
life.
looking at the movies.
I'm just looking at the movie, y'all. The thing that gets me the most is I forgot who played the neighbor. She's a big time actress back in the day. It was like one of her last movie roles. She's great in it. Her and John Cassavetes.
Mm-hmm.
Cassavetes is that shitbag husband she's got. Number 4, and thankfully Julia had it on our thing here to remind me, The Shining.
Yeah.
Everybody loves The Shining.
Yeah, but it's one of the great horror movies.
You know, that one was so obvious that I forgot. I didn't put it on my list either.
Yeah.
I just completely overlooked it.
Yeah, it was about to slip my mind until I
Yeah.
saw that little picture. But I mean, Jack Nicholson, come on.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Here's Johnny. Dude.
Here's Johnny. And then number 5 is The Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
That's
the
a good
original.
one. That's a good
Yep.
one.
Black
think-
and white.
Yeah, the black and white really helps make it creepy, and I don't know. I just love that movie.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Mhm.
Spoiler alert, that ending. They're coming to get you, Barbara. And I would throw I see him up there. Excuse me.
Old Freddy.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That original. It's a really good one.
I'm not a fan of on our screen of the Annabelle. However,
Yeah, why did you put that on there?
because that's just the picture that I found off
These people are going to
intranets.
think we are not legit movie watchers
because
with Annabelle on there.
However, you can't lie and say that
you
doll,
got her center stage
that
too.
doll doesn't freak
Dude.
you the hell out.
Slappy from Goosebumps is scary.
Yeah, Slappy.
Y'all remember Slappy?
I
dude?
remember Slappy. Oh fuck.
I know you guys don't think that doll is creepy. Have you seen the real Annabelle? It's like a Raggedy Ann doll.
You know what I think of Annabelle?
There we go.
I'm not a fan. However, the doll freaks me out. I do also have a phobia of dolls.
Did y'all see the deleted scene in So they released a deleted scene from The Exorcist,
Did they?
and it's right after spoiler alert. It's right after the ending, whenever they're getting in the car and they're leaving. She gives the priest a kiss on his cheek. She turns to her mom and says,
I want to be baptized.
God damn it.
that's the actual clip.
God
I
damn
want
it.
to be baptized.
Oh fuck.
That was the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
My
Oh.
forehead hot.
Okay.
Whew.
That concludes my list. Oh shit.
Philip.
All right, my turn.
Yeah.
All right, so just get it out of the way. We got a trifecta. I also have the thing on my list.
There we go.
So yeah,
I think that just tells y'all everybody.
To watch the thing.
yeah,
Mhm.
we got the triple crown here.
And not the one that was made in 2012.
No.
No,
The
definitely not.
original.
I will say they should have named that one a different one. But there's some good
Right.
the shit I didn't like about it was they didn't use like practical special effects. They went with CGI.
Fuck that shit. That's what made the first one so good.
But it was still a good movie because it tells the story of, you remember the two dudes trying to shoot the dog from the helicopter at the very beginning? It's their story from their camp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
I think
okay.
I've seen the second one.
It's
Or
got
whatever.
Joel Edgerton in it.
Mm.
Y'all know what
What's his
I
name?
think I know
from
who you're talking about.
Tormund from Game of Thrones is in it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's in it too. Yes.
The redhead guy for people that don't know.
Yes. He's always talking about fucking.
Yeah. Brienne of
Yeah.
Tarth.
He wants to fuck Brienne of Tarth the last
yeah, okay. I know
2
you're talking about-
seasons.
Yeah. Well, those last 2 seasons don't exist. So.
Yeah.
Sorry about
We're
bringing
not,
that
we're
up.
not going to get into that right now.
Anyways, keep going.
Another one that's been mentioned already is Hereditary.
Yeah.
That's on my list. And one that's kind of questionable. Would you all consider The Lighthouse, Robert Eggers, to be a horror movie?
That could be it.
It could be.
I could make a case for it.
Would it be a horror or psychological thriller?
I got a curveball for you.
It's a psychological horror.
I think The
Could be.
Lighthouse is a comedy. I'm not even joking. I'm not even
there
joking.
were some moments for sure.
If you watch it from a different perspective every time,
Yep.
if you watch it as a horror movie, if you watch it as like a psychological thriller, and if you watch it as a comedy, it is a hilarious fucking
Y'all
movie.
remember when we went and saw that?
Fuck yeah.
That
Yeah,
was.
dude.
Didn't we go out to Applebee's and no, that was the Joker. And you drank we drank like a whole bunch of $1 margaritas. That was before we went to see the
Yeah,
Joker.
that was before the Joker.
Yeah, that was
yeah.
before the Joker.
We got to the theater like 2 hours early.
Yeah.
Went to the Applebee's across the street.
And they had $1 margaritas. And I
Yeah,
still
like-
have that picture of you, Ryan, with like all of our empty glasses in front of you.
Oh, shit,
But The
that's
Lighthouse, I can see where
It's
you
one
would
that
say
is,
that.
it's one that like falls between genres, you know.
It does.
Like
Or maybe it's just a genre all of its own.
right. It's
I-
an experiment.
It's
You know?
definitely a unique film in itself.
Yeah.
There's never been you could probably find movies that are like it, but in the case of its story, you're like, fuck, because it's definitely H.P. Lovecraft.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
Like if H.P.
Yeah.
Lovecraft was alive and writing scripts,
Yeah.
The
Well,
Lighthouse.
He would be immediately canceled, but
Yeah. Oh yeah. Very quickly.
he
Rather
wouldn't be
swiftly.
around for long. If
No.
Staying in the realm of Eggers, I also have The Witch on there.
Nice.
The Vivitch.
Is that the Vivitch?
The
Yeah.
Vivitch, yeah.
That was a good movie. I
Yeah.
did like that.
I remember a lot of people being disappointed with that because it was
It was a slow burn horror movie.
it was a
like-
slow burn, but they
Yeah.
advertised it like it was a
right.
like
yeah.
a jump scare kind of horror movie.
Yeah.
Which it wasn't jump scary at all. It was
No, it was-
very dragged out, prolonged horror.
It was more about the tone rather than the scares. you
Yeah.
know? Like,
Mm.
I'd throw that into the list of movies that'll fuck you up.
yeah.
Because there's some when that fucking witch kidnaps that baby at the beginning, and then they show like her churning it in that fucking
Yeah.
thing, like she's churning butter,
Yep.
starts wiping the baby goo all over her fucking
Yeah.
body.
You can stop. That just
I'm
gives
just
me
saying that
chills.
shit
It gives
fucked me up.
chills. Aw.
All right.
What
and
else?
To round out my list, I have The Evil Dead by Sam Raimi.
Good
Classic.
job. Yeah.
It spawned a franchise.
Yeah.
It's
One of the best.
Freaking Bruce Campbell.
yeah.
One of the best horror franchises,
Yep.
I think,
Mhm.
because they each
Still around today. Yeah.
they
Yeah.
each stand alone too.
Yep. Yep.
Because that's a full blown horror, and then the second one they introduced the comedy to it,
Yeah.
but it's still a horror.
Right.
And then that third one's almost just a straight up comedy.
Yeah.
That's one.
I mean, you gotta love Sam Raimi
Oh my
though. Like he's
And Bruce Campbell,
yeah, oh yeah.
he was
Fucking
fucking.
Bruce Campbell.
He was birthed for that role.
The
Oh,
Ash.
yeah.
Yes,
Agreed.
yes.
Shout out to Bruce Campbell.
And then when those
We'd
two
like to
get
have you on the
together,
Oh, dude, if we could get fucking Bruce Campbell, give me some sugar, baby.
you might make Julia swoon, but
It would. I would swoon over
Oh,
Bruce
I'd
Campbell.
swoon too. Oh my God. Like I used to love him so much. I watched some of his lesser known, quote unquote, people would call bad. And I remember watching this one called Bubba Hotep,
Hmm.
where he's an old guy living in a retirement home, and he thinks he's Elvis.
What?
And his patient friend that's next door to him in the other room thinks he's John F. Kennedy, and he's a black dude.
What?
And it is one of the most weirdest fucking movies. Oh, when did that fucking movie come out? There's only a handful of people I know that have actually seen that movie.
I'm rolling up my sleeves for this one.
He's getting prepared over here, ladies and gentlemen.
So this is me, Phil's top 3 films of the year.
Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil. So number 1, well, no particular order, but
Okay.
first one's Beau is Afraid.
Okay.
That one, I really did enjoy that
Is
one.
that the one you rewatched today?
Not today, no.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
I've been trying to think about which one you watched today.
It's a new one. I hadn't seen it before.
Okay.
But it got mixed reviews, but I didn't think it deserved it. It's like,
I don't think people understood it. Whoever gave it mixed reviews.
it's Lynchian. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's meant to
very
be.
Dream.
It's one you got to marinate in. you
Yeah.
know? Like
Definitely.
number 2, Killers of the Flower Moon. Obviously.
Mhm.
And I'll admit I haven't seen a whole lot of movies this year, but that was one of the better ones I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good story. It is a little long. I think we touched on that last episode, but
When I went and saw it that second time, I was ready to be like, stand up. Like, when is this going to end?
yeah, if this is gonna become a trend where movies are super fucking long again, like it's 1941,
Yeah.
we need intermissions to come back. too.
Yeah.
Like, you try to hold your piss for 4 hours, it starts to hurt.
Yes.
All right.
So is number 3 the one you watched today?
Yes. So I was late to the podcast today because I was finishing up watching a movie that I thought would be good, and it turned out it was. So I don't even know if it counts though, because it technically released in 2022, but only in Denmark.
Then we ain't.
This isn't Denmark.
Is it Anatomy of a Fall?
No,
Okay.
it's going to be at next year's Oscars though, so I think
Oh,
it counts.
Okay. Yeah,
It's
it
a
does.
foreign
Yes, it's
foreign film.
It is
Okay.
Damn it.
It's the official submission from Denmark, and it's called Godland.
Godland.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Tell us about this.
First of all, you have to talk about the beautiful cinematography. It's one of the most. It's very artistic, like expressionist cinematography. You know, it takes place in Iceland, and you know, Iceland is a beautiful country, so they
Right.
really take advantage of that. You know, it's just
It's about a young Danish priest.
yes,
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah. So basically, he gets tasked with joining this like group of people to go build a church out in like the middle of the southeast coast of Iceland, I think it is.
Okay.
And let me back up, because the movie tells you that it's based off of very, very, very old pictures that were found in a like locked wooden box.
Oh, shit.
And they think it could be like some of the first pictures of Iceland ever taken.
Wow.
So it's the story of the priest who took those pictures.
Wow.
And it's not, and the plot is not true, but it's just kind of extrapolating from,
Those pictures.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
but yeah, anyway, it's very good. It's very character driven. It reminds me a lot of a Terrence Malick film, you know,
Okay.
it's very artistic, expressionist.
Expressionist, yeah.
The acting's great. Cinematography's gorgeous. It's not terribly long. It's 2.5 hours. That's not that long by today's standards.
So it got a smaller aspect ratio?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
It's like it's meant to look like it's shot on those really, really old cameras
Right.
from the 1800s and shit.
Shot on RE cams
Yeah. Yeah. It
With-
looks amazing.
with some Zeisses.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks fucking incredible.
Interesting. I'm gonna have
But yeah,
where'd you watch that on for everybody?
I rented it from Amazon Prime.
Rented it from Amazon.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
By the way,
about to check that out.
Amazon Prime's awesome. You can basically watch any movie you want for like $3-4.
Yeah.
You know, and other than having, I don't even think you need a subscription to rent the movies. You can just
Now, if you're buying something,
Yeah.
you don't need one.
right. So you don't even need a Prime subscription. You can just rent them like a la carte, you know?
God's Land.
Yeah. No S, it's just Godland.
Godland. Okay.
Yeah.
This is Denmark.
Yeah. It's in, it's partially in Dutch and partially in Icelandic language. And they kind of use that as a plot device because the two languages are so similar.
Okay.
The characters can kind of understand each other, but they kind of can't. Like they're picking up like every other word that they're saying. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
But yeah, it's really good. I just read the synopsis, thought it sounded interesting, took a chance because I needed a third movie to watch today to put on the list, and I really liked it.
Just wanted to do everything to keep Oppenheimer off the list. I've got to fucking watch more movies.
It would have been on there because I think I've only seen 3 movies before this year before. But yeah, check it out if you like slow burn, character driven type movies. It's really good.
Attempt to say this director's name.
Oh, it's impossible.
Hilner Palmason.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm probably butchering that, but
yeah,
I've actually heard of this dude before.
Really?
He made something called A White Day.
I didn't research him too much because I was short on time, but
I've never seen any of his movies, but I've always heard about these movies.
I mean, after watching this one, I'm definitely interested in seeing more from him.
That's it's a good list. I'm definitely gonna have to check out Godland.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
Amazon.
And it's also on like Apple TV or shit too, but
Apple TV or Amazon, everybody. Buy or rent.
Yeah.
Buy or rent.
I'm sure it might get like a limited release in the US before the Oscars, but
I bet you it's definitely a Belcourt movie.
Yeah. If they're showing it, we should probably try to go see it.
I'd be down.
Yeah.
Don't they do a thing with foreign films?
I mean, they show them all the time, but
they do show them all the time. But I feel like when it comes to like the ones that are nominated for best foreign.
By the way, shout out to the Belcourt.
Yeah. Belcourt Theater.
We like your theater, and we're saying that for free.
Yeah.
Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Yeah. we love you guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. Let's get the person that runs the Belcourt on the pod.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd love to talk to us. or she. I don't know who they are.
Right.
Next segment before we get canceled.
Yeah.
Right.
I am gay.
So our next segment is called Tripods in Movies. And by tripods, we mean dicks.
I
Penises.
am gay.
Schlongs, ladies and gentlemen.
Wieners.
So there has been a long-standing conversation, I'm going to say for several years now, about how there's always boobs in every movie, but there is a lack of men showing their dicks in movies and how we need more dicks in movies.
We want some sausage.
And it's not just regular dicks. It's erect ones, you know?
That was gay.
I am
There you go.
gay.
Dare I say, there's been more vaginas in movies than there have been dicks.
I have to agree. So we would like for Hollywood to step it up a notch and include more dicks in movies.
Yeah.
We want to see more
I
unsuspecting just dicks out of the blue.
I wonder how much of it is an actor thing.
I feel like most men would show their dicks for cheap.
I feel that if you are stacked, you're going to show your dick on camera.
It would be easier to get a male actor to show their dick than it would be a female actress to show their boobs, I think.
I don't think so. Not boobs.
At
maybe
our level,
vaginas.
on like the indie level, you know, I feel like it would be easier to get an actor to show a dick rather than.
I don't know. I don't.
We should get Mia Khalifa on the pod.
I feel like boobs,
she will sue us, dude.
I feel like boobs are just boobs. Like you could see boobs anywhere. You can go to the strip club. Like it's just always out there.
Just Google boobs, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess to the extent where you'd see quote unquote vagina in movies. It was really back in those old 70s, 80s, 90s movies where chicks had like big ass bush to
I want
cover.
to say you couldn't see anything.
Yeah, so
That's
you couldn't
why.
see the vagina part.
Having mentioned that, I agree. And let me correct my further statement, my previous statement. You've seen a lot of pubic hair, a lot of female pubic hair in movies, as opposed to dicks.
And in reality, and I'm gonna say this, and it is what it is. Like I've been around them for 4 years now. Actually, going on 5
Around
years
dicks?
now. No, around you two.
I mean,
that
we are dicks, but
it just doesn't matter what I say anymore because it can't be any worse than anything they're ever going to say. But
put
the
us on the
vagina,
spot like that,
the
Julie,
vagina
Jesus.
is not pretty. But a male dick that is sized appropriate is beautiful.
See, that's where we differ.
Oh shit!
But it.
Oh, this just took a turn.
I'm just saying that's just my
I mean,
opinion.
I can agree. I can agree, kind of, because I mean,
You agree with that?
well, what's the
Hit the button. Hit the button.
I am gay.
There you go.
Is it the statue of what's his name? Is it
David.
David?
David?
Yeah.
I mean, he's not packing anything, but they sculpted his penis for a reason.
Well, back then, small dicks were attractive.
I think
Well,
the
that's
small
a damn
dicks
shame too.
I think it was like a disorder to have a big dick back in the day.
And that's also a shame
They
too.
they put a bunch of leeches on it. If it's too
It's kind of like that was the male version of the witch trials. It's like you saw a dude hanging below his knees. You're like, he's a fucking witch. He is a witch. I'm packing 3 inches over here. This dude looks like my fucking bull in my barn. Oh shit.
Oh, this is the greatest segment so far.
But we're going to talk about who our favorite dick is in a movie, correct?
I don't know
Julie?
if it's our favorite, just
I think you're going to take mine
Or-
that I got because I only really got one.
so it's just about dicks in movies.
It's a really good dick too.
Okay.
Proceed.
No, you proceed. Now I'm intrigued. Is it the same as
It's Kevin Bacon
in Wild Things?
in Wild Things. We should call him Kevin Sausage
No,
because
we
Kevin
should-
Bacon is packing.
It's a Kevin Footlong.
Kevin Footlong. You heard it here first from Julia. Yeah,
Caught me off guard.
he got a cozy, warm shower scene.
And it, was,
No.
Yeah.
it was beautiful. I
That
think.
was in his contract.
Gone Girl, we got 2 dicks. We got Neil Patrick Harris and Ben Affleck.
Were they're real dicks? Do you think that we
It was-
know that Kevin Bacon?
I'm pretty sure it was
his
Ben
real dick?
Affleck.
Did they touch tips?
Really?
No.
No, gross. There's no
they
docking.
didn't
Stop.
Yeah, they didn't dock, dude. Transfer doors were not open.
But yes, Kevin Bacon is definitely on the top list. So shout out to Kevin Bacon in your large dick.
Who was the Superman in the one Superman
Brandon
with
Ruth.
Brandon Ruth? They had to digitally downsize this dude's penis when he wore the suit
Yeah, I heard about
because
that.
it was like too distracting.
They did that, or well, they didn't do it digitally, but the guy who played Robin in the Batman TV series in the 60s, he supposedly had a hanger.
What was his
on
name? Wasn't his name Dick something to you on top of it all?
Well,
Yeah, his
the
name had
character's
Dick in it.
name.
What was his name?
The character's name is Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
No, I think
Yes,
what was-
it's
I
Dick
know
fucking
that.
Grayson.
I know that. I'm talking about the actor himself.
I'm basically the comic
No,
book guy.
the
in real
actor
life,
was
so-
Fred something.
Was it?
Um,
I'm gonna look it up.
Julia's looking up the name of the
What
Robin.
is it?
Worst episode ever.
Burt Ward.
Burt Ward.
was
That's
his
right.
name.
Burt Ward. Good job, Julia.
Well, Burt Ward has a massive schlong, dude.
Shout out to him. He's still alive.
I don't know.
Oh, I doubt it.
Couldn't close his casket, dude.
We need a.
Stop it.
Oh, shit. Yeah, damn.
That just
Golly.
escalated.
That was
Oh,
damn.
oh,
He was
Lord.
probably like 100 and been smoking cigarettes his whole life. So, I mean, not a
Oh.
shocking death, you know.
So what about you, Philip? Have you seen some good dicks in a movie?
If staying in the realm of superheroes, we have Dr. Manhattan from The Watchmen.
On my
Oh,
list.
that's
Billy
right.
Crudup? Is
Yeah,
that his
that's right.
I
name?
think that's right.
From Almost Famous.
Dude doesn't wear a shred of clothes the whole fucking movie. He's
Yeah.
just what's the word?
That's
Like
a good pull there, dude.
hanging brain the whole fucking
That's
movie.
a good
dude.
pull. And he's
Yep.
supposed to be like the
He's the Superman of that universe, you know?
Yep.
yeah.
Like he's like the most powerful being in the world and he
Right.
refuses to wear clothes. dude.
Well, I would too. If you're the most powerful person in the universe, you just be walking around in the nude too.
We see Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal
Right.
penises.
Yeah.
Brokeback Mountain for a
Yeah.
split second.
Yeah.
Another
Hot-
dick shout
hot
out.
Second.
Yeah. Another one I have is Vincent Gallo from The Brown Bunny.
I do
That's it.
not know what that
It's a
is.
Is that
it's a
the
hardcore blowjob scene.
That's the
And-
Chloe Savini.
Yes,
Savini.
Chloe
Oh.
Savini. However you say
Savini.
it.
Yeah.
It's it's a fucking porn scene.
Oh
Oh,
god.
In a
she's
movie.
giving him a blowjob.
Yeah, like a hardcore blowjob. You see
Yeah.
like dick, balls, insertion, and everything. Dude.
Oh my.
Come.
Yeah, dude, this chick swallows his fucking cum on
Yes.
camera,
Yes.
Oh my god.
unsimulated. It's,
They're
Okay.
married in real life, right?
I'm not sure. This
She-
movie's old, and it was produced, written, edited, directed
Vincent Gallo.
by Vincent Gallo
Yeah.
on a 16 millimeter like handheld camera.
Yeah.
And they just went on a trip across the country and they just filmed themselves.
God.
That was an erect one.
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, it's a porn scene.
It is.
She's
Wow.
sucking his dick like in front of the world, dude. And calling it a movie.
I'm pretty sure they were together at that time. They may
Oh,
not
yeah, I'm
still
sure
be
they were.
together.
I
But
would I would hope so. But you never
that's
know.
what you call acting.
Some damn good acting, evidently.
Yeah, where was her Oscar?
True.
There's a lot of dicks in French movies, but
I mean, you're
the French
definitely
are kind of gay. So
Oh, don't say that. I'm sorry.
am gay.
That's what the
Fuck
French.
French.
The French just told us that.
fuck the French.
Oh my god. Oh,
I ain't never been to France and I ain't never going. Like,
Didn't we have to bail them out?
I don't know.
World War II.
Yeah.
Had to come save y'all.
Yeah.
So we're not getting the French people on this
no,
podcast. I can tell.
no. If they
Fuck
come
it.
to my house,
I don't want them on here, dude.
Yeah, aren't they the one that like sacre bleu?
Sacre bleu, bro.
No. Fuck that. I don't even know what that means.
I don't
It's
even.
like it's like the French way of saying holy shit. Like,
Really?
yeah.
Okay. Okay. But no wonder we beat y'all.
oh
or was the-
god.
Yeah, this is gonna be our last episode. Our second and last.
I mean, we're talking about dicks right now. I mean, so how bad can it get?
So I've got one.
Let's
All
hear
right,
it.
let's hear it.
Ewan McGregor in Train Spotting.
Right.
Oh,
He's shown his dick a lot.
He has.
He's
Oh,
blessed
did I say
us
that like
with
that?
a plethora.
He has.
Yeah,
Didn't
you're
mean to
like,
say I'm so excited about it.
Fucking pulled on her own hair over there.
I mean, he's a famous actor. I mean,
He is.
he's a good looking guy. Oh,
He
shit.
is, and he has given us the goods more than one time.
He has.
You know who else has shown a lot of dick? Viggo Mortensen.
Vigo ain't afraid.
Yeah.
Vigo had a whole fight scene in a
Vigo.
movie, butt ass naked. It is one of the greatest fight sequences in a movie.
Vigo is beautiful. He's
Vigo-
a beautiful man
Vigo is a
from head
great,
to toe.
Might I add,
great man.
he's a small package king. You know,
Yeah.
he's not hanging heavy meat. You know,
For a
Well-
white man, it's pretty solid.
the bar is not very high. But
Oh shit!
Oh no! Oh,
Oops! Oops!
Oh,
well,
God.
that's another celebrity we can never have.
Who, Mandingo?
We should keep that like as a tally of all the celebrities who will never be on.
Who will get us thrown off YouTube?
Oh shit!
So I've got one that. So the movie is a fucked up movie, but you see dick in it, but it's fucked up.
Monsters Ball.
Well, no, but that is a fucked up movie.
Yeah.
And you
We
do
see
old
Billy.
Billy Bob's Wang.
Apparently around Hollywood, they were fucking in that scene.
That's what I've heard.
And if that's
I mean-
true, he was giving Halle Berry the news. He was doing those crazy ass grunt, like, just fucking reaming her.
Oh no! Oh my!
And she's just
goodness.
crying. She's crying over her dead son, right? He's trying to comfort her.
Yes.
And then it turns into them just having hardcore fucking sex. She's like, I want you to make me feel good.
I'm so sorry.
Can't tell if this is a good idea or a bad idea.
I mean, fuck.
But it's not that movie.
Go check it out.
It is The Crying Game.
If any,
Oh, the big
Ooh.
plot twist.
ooh,
And the actor is Jay Davidson.
mm.
Oh,
If again, in a movie that'll fuck you up,
yes.
but there is a dick scene.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Big time spoiler alert.
God.
I mean, just you saying that is a spoiler. The movie in general.
What, that it's a fucked up movie?
No,
Oh.
the character
Oh. Well,
seeing
unless
the
you
dick. So
unless you know what it's about, unless they've seen it, they won't know what it's about. But there's just the dick scene in it.
so there was this critic back in the day. He wrote his review, and every letter of each paragraph told you the plot twist.
Oh,
And
really?
With it all together, it said she is a he.
Ah.
But no, that's a good one. That's a good pick because it's a shocking one.
Oh,
Takes you by
it does.
surprise.
It sure does.
Because that movie is like a full blown romance
I know.
with a little bit of like action
Right.
spilled into it. But it was, yeah, that movie's definitely stuck with me. That's a one and done for me.
It is a one and done.
Oh,
And I have another one, but it's a super spoiler.
It's-
Like a super duper
the dude in
spoiler.
Midsummer.
No, God, no.
Okay.
No, it's a super duper spoiler to a movie. But I feel if I look at you guys hard enough, you're going to be like, oh, if you think of a dick scene in a movie
Tell
that
us.
takes you by surprise.
Hit us with it.
I'm not going to say it out loud.
Is it?
You just
don't
spoiled
say
a
it
crying
loud.
game.
So I'm not going to spoil this one because I know people haven't watched this movie. You all
All right,
made me
people.
watch this movie.
Spoiler alert, because I've got to hear this.
Sleepaway Camp.
I've never seen that.
I've never seen that either. How is it a spoiler to know
Yeah.
that there's a dick in it?
Yeah. What? Because it was made in the 80s?
By the next podcast, I'm going to have them watch Sleepaway Camp. And I'm not kidding. And I can't even shout out to the shout out that made me watch that movie with the ultimate dick scene ever.
Just to clarify with everybody, I'm remotely only going to watch that movie for the penis because
You have to watch.
I am gay.
You pretty much have to watch the entire movie.
all right.
They will come back on next week with their commentary about this movie.
Is that one of those
We're going to
cheesy
revisit. It is.
slashers?
Yes. We're going to revisit that movie next week.
What, you expect me to watch that?
Yes. I watch your movies. You watch that movie. That's fair. That's fair game.
How long
Nah.
is it?
I don't care. It's fair game. Philip,
It's an hour and 24 minutes.
either
Oh,
that or you
God.
guys will come sit on my couch over here
will come.
and I will fuck. And we will watch it here. You have a choice.
We're grown adults.
Yeah, if we don't
I
want to
don't
watch
care.
it, we don't want to watch it.
You're going to fucking watch it.
Okay.
No, I mean we're grown adults and we're laughing at cum jokes and
And dicks.
like no, not even jokes, puns. You know.
Oh shit. Now you got me taken aback because I'm trying to think of all the dicks I've seen in movies.
So, forgetting Sarah Marshall, obvious.
Yeah.
Literally the first,
Yeah.
10 minutes of the
Yeah.
movie
Who
is
did we see?
Jason Segel.
Oh, that's right.
His wang
Yeah.
hanging out.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jason Segel because
Yeah.
that was impressive. It's impressive.
I like him.
What other dicks have you seen besides your own? Or each other's?
Well, there was this one time where I was.
She got us there.
There was this one time when I was 8.
Oh no.
That sounds like a very bad
Yeah, that's
story.
that's not how
I'm
it started.
joking. I'm joking.
And now this is our last podcast.
Oh fuck.
Damn, dude. I can't think of any.
We have Ryan speechless, which is once in a lifetime,
Yeah.
rare
Yeah.
moment.
Do we see? We don't see Arnold's in Terminator, do we?
I think you see like his balls or something. Like there's the cameras like behind him, and like you can see his balls drooping down between his ass cheeks.
It's unfortunate.
That's balls, not dick.
Yeah,
Doesn't count.
Doesn't count. Doesn't count.
No.
We'll do balls next week.
Yeah, dude, best set of balls. We see Theon's, even though it's not in the movie.
There's a lot of dicks in Game of Thrones.
But among like the main characters, we got to
But
see.
he gets his shit cut off, doesn't he?
I that might be the point of why we
Of
only
why
see
we
his
see it?
dick.
Yeah.
So
There's more dicks in like TV than there are. in
Oh, yeah.
I
movies,
agree.
you know?
yeah, I saw.
Especially HBO.
Well,
Yeah.
yes, I was about to say like 6 Feet Under. There's so many dicks
Yeah.
in 6 Feet Under. Shout out to that TV show. That is a very underrated TV show.
I've seen cum in a few movies. Like
That does not count. We're talking about.
Best jizz in a movie.
No,
Go.
no.
so we got our next 3 weeks of topics. Like we got to save it.
To our last segment. It's going to be a theme going along with this is a specific movie that we are going to suggest week to week, podcast to podcast. And this week is Blue Ruin. I can't remember when I came across this movie. It was before film school. It's kind of the movie that like brought that fire back
Right.
in me to want to make a movie again. Blue Ruin. It's about a mysterious outsider's quiet life is turned upside down when he returns to his childhood home to carry out an act of vengeance. Proving himself an amateur assassin, he winds up in a brutal fight to protect his estranged family. And this movie was directed by, I hope I'm not butchering the name because I love the dude. It's Jeremy Saulnier.
That's pretty good. You got it. Saulnier.
People might be familiar more with his second film, Green Room, which is a fantastic movie in itself. And then he made a third film called Hold the Dark, which is a Netflix film. I wouldn't say it's as good as these two, but it still holds up in its own way.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the last movies to get me to read a book because apparently it was based on one. But Blue Ruin was really Jeremy's first like mainstream type of film. And it was started through a Kickstarter account. I think they only made this movie for like $435,000.
Fuck yeah.
Very low budget film. Its main character is acted by Macon Blair, I believe is his name. He has a lot of, here in recent time, he's had a lot of like supporting roles in movies. You kind of catch his face and he's like a familiar face. He had a little small role in A Florida Project.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
I think he definitely, the whole movie really has to sit on his shoulders.
Yeah.
and ride the whole wave. And he gives a really, it's kind of a performance you've never really seen before, you know. It's very like quiet,
Yeah.
very nuanced.
So I saw this interview with the director Jeremy and the actor Macon.
Yeah.
Macon jokingly described the concept of the movie as No Country for Old Men, but the lead character is an idiot.
Yeah. He's a very believable guy.
Right.
Because that's a guy that, you know, because he starts out as he's a homeless man living out of the car and they don't really like say that it is the car that his parents were killed in.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look closely at the car, you can see bullet holes
Ooh.
in it. So that may suggest he's living out of the car that essentially his parents were
Shit.
murdered in.
Hmm.
It's little details like that make me even like this movie even more.
Right.
Because they had done a movie called and this is the duo of Jeremy Saulnier and Macon Blair. He played in his first movie called Murder Party.
Mm.
It came out in 2007. I've actually watched that movie, and it is as a fan of his, you're able to sit through it. It's a very campy horror film.
Yeah.
But you could tell it was two very creative dudes trying to do something at a young age.
Right.
They were experimenting, and you've gotten to kind of see their relationship grow in the movie, and their relationship really, like, you could tell it started with this film. And it's one of the better performances in the last 10 years, I'd say, that went very unnoticed. Because like I said, he had to carry this movie the whole time. We follow him specifically. Me and Philip both had seen this before, and Julia actually watched it.
I watched it on Friday.
What'd you think of it?
It was really good. It had me shook a couple times. I remember texting you guys with like emojis because I was like, what? But it was really good.
So
I definitely recommend it.
This film definitely gets bloody at times.
Yeah.
And the director, Jeremy, he did all of the special effects himself on this film. So shout out to him for being able to pull that shit off, because if you end up watching this movie, you'll definitely understand why we're saying the special effects.
I had no idea about that. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, the film's being made for $420,000. So
Right.
he probably had to learn himself. You know?
Right. Yeah.
And like, this was a very character driven like plot.
Yeah.
Cause you dive into so many characters. You dive into like his sister.
Yeah.
You know, he comes back and meets his sister, and she's got kids, and
right.
He goes and sees an old buddy of his from high school, who's played by the older brother from Home Alone.
Yeah.
That kind of like almost made it a movie to me, because I was just like, shit, that's the Home Alone.
Yeah.
But he did really good in this film, I have to say.
Yeah. Everybody did good.
We have a little clip here that involves him and Macon Blair's character in this film. We're going to take a look at it.
Spin that shit. Nice. Buffering.
I don't know why it's buffering so much. I hate my life.
Buffering.
We've hit a complete standstill.
Fuck you.
Boring.
We're just gonna cut it in like the last time, right? Anyway.
We can cut it in.
So this is you saw what scene it was, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So that is I'd say that's one of the defining scenes of the movie right there. Because he tells him the quote, no big speeches.
Yeah.
You hold the gun, you shoot the gun. And that phrase goes very well with that movie.
Yeah.
There's really realistic violence to the film.
Definitely.
That's the thing that I think I pulled from it that I liked the most, was how realistic the violence was. And it kept the movie really grounded in reality for me. Premiered at Cannes. That's where it got its big acclaim. If anybody gives a shit about fucking Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 96% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. And apparently that's really good. Fucking Rotten Tomatoes. A big key point of this movie definitely is the cinematography.
Mm-hmm.
It's very beautiful cinematography. This movie really takes its time.
Yeah. It's simple but effective.
It's very simple but very effective, like you said. The score is very minimal.
Yeah.
You know, it's very like an undertone to the movie. There's not really a whole lot of music to it.
Yeah, like
if I'm really thinking on it.
One of the main themes of the movie is like loneliness, you know?
Yeah.
And the movie definitely has that feeling. Like,
yeah, you definitely feel in his shoes. Like
the fact that there's very, very little music, and there's most scenes he's by himself.
It creates a good atmosphere.
Yeah,
for sure.
Are you going to mention what you told me last week about it before I watched it? There's one thing to look for.
Oh,
in every scene.
I know what she's talking about.
Oh, the color blue?
Yes.
Did you notice that?
So there is blue in every scene. And because he mentioned that to me, I actually saw it in every scene.
It's crazy.
Whether it was a shirt or a car or a toy or a shelf or a knickknack, there was blue in every movie. I mean, every scene.
I was telling him whenever you got up, I don't know if you noticed it, they don't tell you how his parents got killed. Well, they tell you that they got shot.
Right.
But if you take a look at his car at the very beginning, they have these shots showing that there's bullet holes in the car.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
So that might be like a little
underlining
story that he's living out of the car that his parents were killed in, which would be it'd be whack.
The plot is insane though. Like,
the writing's impeccable.
Yeah. It kept me engaged for sure.
For your first mainstream movie, I think it's something to be proud of.
Right.
On an independent level. Yeah. Talking independent, it was nominated for Best Director, which is the John Cassavetes Award at the Independent Spirit Awards.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely garnered a cult following. Visually and like the performances are the two keynotes.
Yeah.
Out of all of it.
I agree.
It's a very beautiful film to watch unfold. And then the story as well. Macon Blair is really an incredible actor.
Right.
This movie really opened me up, and he played more of a supporting role in Green Room, but he's like the conscience of the film almost in Green Room.
Yeah.
Hold the Dark, he definitely had like a lesser role, but he actually moved to directing Macon Blair, and he is the one that is directing the Toxic Avenger movie, starring Peter Dinklage and Elijah Wood, which he directed a film that I would love to have on our podcast as a little topic. It's my phone is being slow. I'm having a Julia moment.
Shut up.
He directed a film, and I believe it was his first one. Yep. It's a Netflix film. I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore. It's the title.
I've heard of that.
This is one of my favorite Elijah Wood fucking performances ever. Tops Lord of the Rings. He's just a wacko in this movie. It's it definitely has like, because Blue Ruin has dark comedy to it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty comical movie in some portions.
Right.
And that's how that movie is. And it gets fucking dark at times, because that's a theme too with Jeremy Saulnier's movies, is that like there is a dark turn body wise, like physical harm to your body that turns the movie, because it's the machete scene in Green Room. Oh God.
Spoilers.
Have you seen Green Room?
I have.
That's another villain that we forgot to throw on the best villains. To see Patrick Stewart playing a fucking villain in a movie.
Right.
And to him be that despicable was badass. You got anything else on this movie?
Watch Blue Ruin.
Watch Blue Ruin?
Like we said last week, we're not going to recommend you to watch pieces of shit.
No.
I was able to watch it. You can either rent or buy it off Amazon Prime, or some of the ad-based apps like Freevee also have it if you don't want to pay for it.
Yeah. All right. Julia, you have a little thing you got to say to us?
No,
To the speakers, to the people?
That concludes our second podcast.
Second.
We got a little rowdy this time.
And we did. We got a little crazy.
We have one more until we release the first one that we did.
Yeah.
And then we will be releasing twice per month.
Twice.
And
whatever the hell bi-weekly means.
Yeah.
Twice per month, for Christ's sake. So please subscribe. You can also see us on Instagram.
You can see us on Instagram.
And please email us.
And we got an email. So email us.
Do not send your dick.
No.
Unless you're a celebrity.
Yeah.
And you
do not
haven't
send a dick
shown.
pic.
Yeah. We don't need dick pics.
But if you have any recommendations or
Yeah.
movies we should watch.
Ladies, you can send your dicks.
Yeah. And if you want to just talk,
What?
if people just want to talk shit, email us.
Ryan will be up for the challenge.
I'll be up for the challenge. I'll take it.
We have dreams to read some of these emails on the podcast. So
We will. So tread lightly with what you say, you fucking assholes.
Until next time.
Until next time.
see you.
Gracias.